Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. We have so much stuff going on in the next couple weeks. It is gonna be crazy here getting everything ready. But we currently have the Blazer in here. As you saw for our last burnout, did not go the way we wanted to. So we're gonna try and fix up a few things. The engine actually had no oil pressure, so we are going to pull out the oil pump and replace that with a new one, which will hopefully fix our oil pressure issues. Fingers crossed. And then I'll show you this, but we already kind of took it apart, but we got a new shifter, which it desperately needed. So this is a B&M shifter, and we'll show you getting that installed in the car. So let's get to it, because we got to get a test burnout in this thing before we go to Bristol, because I don't want to go up there without doing a test to make sure this thing burns the tire off way better than we did last time. All right, so Fowler tore down the front of the engine. I just pulled off the oil pan and pulled off the old oil pump. Got it tossed in the trash right there. So we're gonna get a new high flow, high volume, or I'll pull it out and show you, and get it slapped on. Here is the part number, and I just looked it up. I know I bought this on Throttle just because I was entering their giveaway, and it said high pressure standard volume, and now it just says standard volume. I don't know, you look them up online, they all say different stuff, so I'm not sure. On this application, it should be okay, but if we were doing turbo or something else, I would definitely want to make sure. Alrighty guys, so we have a new radiator in there, new oil pump. We put a new gauge in to this car, so you can kind of see. We'll show you real quick. Just real cheap gauge from Amazon. Now it works. I think the other gauge maybe just went bad, so maybe our oil pump was not bad, but regardless, we changed it with a fresh one. We put RTV around our transmission fill plug, and it seems like we're still leaking, so we got to figure out that issue, but that's all looking good. At least we got oil pressure with it. We put the new shifter in, and that makes it so now it is shifting well going into gear, so we shouldn't have a problem there. We also figured out what our other issue was. I think we threw it out. I might have took an old video of it, but basically the exhaust completely melted the transmission shifter linkage. So that line was completely melted from the exhaust, basically blowing right on it. So that is why we got stuck on the burnout pad and couldn't get off or shift into gear or have reverse. It was completely melted. So got that fixed, got it routed differently, put a little heat shield there, should be good. Next thing is our rear brakes. I was gonna try and plug them, but I think we're just gonna take them off, put a piece of wood in them, zip tie them to the axle, and then that way we'll have no rear brakes, so nothing will be holding the rear tires back from spinning. We had a vice grip on it last time, but I don't know if that worked extremely well, so we're gonna change that. And then lastly, we are also switching to the front tires that came on it originally. So those will be in the rear, a lot smaller of a tire and a lot less grippy of a tire. We're gonna go with the cheap Douglas ones. We'll show you a set of those once I put them on. And we're gonna go and burn these little dry rotted guys off for a test burnout. So hopefully next clip will be us rolling up to a spot to do a test burnout, and we'll see how that goes. So fingers crossed it goes well, because this weekend is Bristol. Getting the exhaust welded up. Did a test burnout and the drive shaft fell out of it, so one of the bolts got loose. So got a new bearing there for each side, tightened them up. Got the brakes off of the rotors here, zip tied up with a nice little piece of wood in there. So it should be good. Old tires on there. All right, so I think we've got everything mostly squared away, and now we are ready for our test burnout. So we got the new oil pump in there, the new shifter, took the rear brakes off of it. So I think we're looking good. So we're gonna load this up on the trailer and go out to a spot, do a burnout.
Safety first.
Ready? Alrighty guys, so the test burnout went great. It did start leaking a little transmission fluid. I think that was maybe overfilling, at least we're hoping. But having the rear brakes off of it, definitely world of difference. Being able to shift the thing, world of difference. So perfect burnout. Didn't pop tires. There was a little bit more tread than we thought on them. But I did take the wheels off, and I'm going to take them tomorrow to Walmart to get some cheap all seasons. I think they're like Douglas. We'll put 205 6015s on there, and we'll be there with some fresh rubber to burn off. And I might even try to see if it'll do a second gear burnout tomorrow, just to see if we get a little more wheel speed. But very happy with how everything's going. A few extra little things we need to do before we go. But we should be dialed in for Bristol, and I'm excited to go out there and rip a crazy burnout. Also need to say shout out to Fowler for helping so much on all the cars. We have so much going on the next couple weeks. We got to get this Ranger ready. It needs a whole new cage. Cletus changed all the rules for that. Getting the 240 ready, that's going to be a whole nother thing. Hopefully racing that this Thursday. A bunch of stuff, and we'll have a video out on that soon. So if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.